I'm going to say, because Jason took my all-time favorite, so I'm going to go with my backup, which is pretty good too. And I'll speak about it tonight. It's a big part of the night for us. It's 1 John chapter 3, verse 1. It says, how great is the love of the Father that He's lavished, or some translations say that He's poured out on us, that we can be called the children of God. And it goes on to say, and this is what we are. And so it's pretty amazing for us to think about that truth.
I normally go with Proverbs 17:28, which is a good life verse for bass players, which says, even a fool can seem wise when he does not speak.
That's good. I usually get myself into trouble in these situations because I try to quote something from memory that I just read that morning, and I always get the reference mixed up. So I whipped out my trusty sword of the Spirit out of my pocket. I've got it. But what David was talking about reminded me of a verse that I read this morning. I actually posted it to Twitter because I thought it was so cool. But James 1, verses 2 through 4 says, consider it pure joy, my brothers and sisters, whenever you face trials of many kinds, because you know that the testing of your faith produces perseverance. And just that thought that when we're going through a hard time, that God has told us to consider that joy. I mean, that's just, I don't know, that's just a really hopeful thing to me. So, there you go.
It's a good one. The one I always go back to is Philippians 1:6. Being confident of this, He who began a good work in you will be faithful to complete it until the day of Christ Jesus. And I just love that because, and I remind people of that all the time. I was telling somebody today who was telling me that their faith and their life has been just really rocky for a lot of years. And it took her little brother dying earlier this year of cancer for her to really turn around in her life. It just really rocked her to the core. And I just said, you know, I kind of went back to that verse that God, when God starts a good work in us, He finishes it. He will. It's a promise in His Word. A lot of times I think we feel like we have to finish it. We have to live up to our end of the bargain, and that sounds really right, but there's not a lot we can do other than to trust Him, surrender, and just let Him do His work. And He does finish it. He will.
All right. We introduce our traveling pastor, Nigel James, at this moment. Nigel's from the UK, and so today, obviously, he had